So have you ever been in a car and hear a song coming through your speakers and instantly remember all the words? Do memories of another time or place, and this is usually the case, events, flood your brain? That happens to me all the time. If I'm on my way to work or even walking down the street and a song hits my ears and bam, I'm somewhere else. I remember the good times and the bad times. I've even had it happen to me when I'm just walking around not really looking for music at all. That happens a lot in grocery stores. Not really sure why. But that's what this channel is about. My music memories. Things that flood into my head while hearing that song. This story is about Surrender by Cheap Trick. Now, I remember hearing Cheap Trick's Surrender when I was a little kid. It was part of my mother's huge and varied record collection. But for me, that's not really where the story begins. See, my first console I ever bought myself was an original Xbox. The reason I picked it over the very popular PlayStation 2 was the fact that it was, well, kind of cheap. I grew up in a sort of low-income home, so where I actually didn't learn how to save money in a savings account exactly, I did learn the act of preserving money, meaning I planned ahead on expenses and all other things. So when I learned that the Xbox had a built-in hard drive, I was pretty excited. I wouldn't have to buy memory cards. It was a very promising idea. And to be quite honest, besides missing out on some of the Sony Japan exclusives, I was very, very happy with my purchase. I enjoyed games like Fable and even Blinks the Cat. My best friend and I finished Wakeboarding Unleashed featuring Sean Murray while finishing a case of Canadian Ice one evening. It was a fun evening. And the Xbox even helped me know what a broken bone feels like. That Forza game was pretty unforgiving, the very first one. And after a very, very trying race, I kind of lost it and punched the hard floor, breaking a small bone in my hand. I was far too embarrassed to tell people that I freaked out over a video game, so I came up with something else. I told everyone that I broke it by swinging at a fly. I explained that I had missed the fly and hit the metal corner bracket on my living room wall. It was such a ridiculous and stupid story that no one ever questioned it, not even once. One game that I found fun and, well, kind of pervy was Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. It featured the girls from the Dead or Alive fighting series of games, but it kind of added a dating sim to it. You would travel to different shops, buying bathing suits and books and things, and sometimes you would actually play volleyball with the other characters. And they had the funniest expressions when you would enter a different location. Accessory Shop was probably the best as it traveled around my house from my wife to my daughter. And honestly, it still rings out occasionally today. So because I was already in the Xbox ecosphere, I decided to start looking for an Xbox 360. I was also looking forward to the sequel, to the pervy volleyball game, Extreme 2. Okay, so getting that exclusive game was also a factor in my continuing on the Microsoft route. So I traded in my original Xbox collection for a used 360. I don't remember what games I got with it in the trade, but I must have gotten something. I might have even gotten lucky and gotten the volleyball game. But honestly, it's been so long, I can't be sure anymore. Soon afterwards, I saw a big box with Guitar Hero written on it. It said it came with the plastic guitar and the game, and it listed a whole bunch of really great songs on the back. So I bought it. The first time I tried to play it, I held the guitar wrong. I'd actually never held or played a guitar before, so I got a little frustrated. Luckily, my wife, who did have some guitar experience, showed me the right way, and she only laughed a little bit. My family played the Xbox 360 quite a lot, enjoying games like Halo and discovering gems that never left that console generation, like Viva Pinata. The ladies in my house fell in love with those games hard. It's a shame that no sequels ever appeared on later console generations. And the guys in my house were kind of forced to deal with the same disappointment when it came to Project Gotham Racing. They never continued that off of the 360 either. And that's a real shame. The best feature I remember enjoying, especially when playing racing games, was the ability to play my own MP3s in-game. All I had to do was fill up a USB stick with songs and plug it into the console. I could play the game normally, with sound effects and stuff like that, but my music would be playing instead of the crappy in-game music. It's a real shame that that feature never left the 360. One problem that plagued all 360s was the red ring of death, a hardware failure that would force you to send your console to Microsoft for repair. This actually happened to me when I went to play Guitar Hero 3 one day. So I quickly sent it off to be fixed. It took weeks and weeks for it to return to me. I was a manager at the photo lab at the time, and therefore was always at the customer service desk. Because I was working all the time and seemed to live at the store, I simply had Microsoft ship the fixed console to the store instead of my house. It showed up, and I was very, very happy. While waiting for the Xbox to come back to me, I bought a GameCube, as we needed something to play with the kids. Well, okay, that was only partially true. I wanted to play games too. We played classics like Pool Paradise and Wave Race Blue Storm. My kids got way too good at Smash Brothers Melee. They would regularly kick my butt and laugh all the way. But once the Xbox showed back up, it was quickly forgotten. My introduction and subsequent addiction to music games led me to buy all of the Guitar Hero offshoot games. Stuff like Band Hero. It was a good game, just a lot more poppy than the core title. With each release, because Activision was literally pumping them out every year, the music got a little more varied. Not really better, just more variety. I even got the 2 DJ Hero games with the huge plastic turntables. Fun, but, weird games. And if you figure the Guitar Hero games were trying to teach people how to play guitar, DJ Hero was definitely trying to teach you how to light up on a Ibiza rave. I'm still a big fan of music games, and play them to this day. I only ever play on medium because I don't care to improve my scores or anything. I just want to do something while listening to the music that didn't involve dancing. I mean, I did try Dance Dance Revolution once or twice, but I quickly realized that I really should never dance. I eventually moved on to Rock Band, but that's another story altogether. So you're going to have to come back in a week or two to hear that tale. Thanks for listening to a story that fell out of my head. Be sure to tune in over the next couple of Tuesdays to hear the evolution of my video game obsession. If you have a favorite version of Guitar Hero or a special song, please let me know in the comments below. I love to hear and compare notes with other music lovers. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, rock on.